Hello, welcome. And today's topic is drinking alcohol and losing weight. Is it possible? So let's be honest, like for many of us, drinking alcohol is, it's a part of our lives. It's a part of our culture, and it's so Aussie to have a drink. We have a barbecue with mates and we have, people over for drinks. We might sit down, watch the footy and have a couple of drinks. At the end of the week, we'll catch up with girlfriends and have a couple of wines. It might be the end of a long work day, a long stressful day, or the kids have been, just driving you crazy today and you sit down and you just got to have a drink. It is ingrained into our culture, alcohol. So it's understandable then when it comes to health and fitness that there's a lot of uncertainty about, whether we can drink alcohol and still lose weight. What should we and shouldn't we do when it comes to alcohol? Can you drink alcohol and lose weight at the same time? How does alcohol affect weight loss? And how much alcohol should you drink? We're going to answer these questions and so much more. And we're going to also give you an idea around what healthy alcohol consumption looks like and give you a few tips in regards to, the best things that you can be eating when you're drinking alcohol. So if you're on, please say hello. Good morning. I'm Kareen here, head coach and owner of CRG Energy Fitness, and we help parents build strong minds and strong bodies so that you can be confident and that you can feel comfortable within your own skin. And today's live topic, we're all about drinking alcohol and losing weight. Is it possible? Alrighty, so can you enjoy alcohol on occasion while still losing weight? And if you're going to be drinking, what are the, right amounts to be drinking so that you're not going to derail your progress? Should you abstain altogether? Or, is there also some potential health benefits to drinking alcohol? Hi, Matt. And this is a really requested, it's a top topic that, I get asked about constantly. Hey, Annetta, welcome. Thanks for joining us. A lot of mums and dads that come to me, they ask about this because, as I've just gone through, alcohol is a big part of our lives. Alrighty. And is it okay, for us to then enjoy the occasional drink, is that okay? And if you're someone who does drink, we're going to go through some questions today, such as, do alcohol calories matter? What are the best drinks to have? And how can I enjoy that occasional drink without derailing my progress? So I think first up, it's just really important to note here that excessive alcohol consumption is absolutely detrimental to our health, alrighty? Period. No questions asked. The effect that alcohol then has on our brain and on our body is huge, alrighty? Brain shrinkage, muscle wastage, liver toxicity, almost every organ in our body is going to be affected by alcohol. And your body actually views alcohol as a toxin, as a metabolic toxin. And this is a key point to know, because when we're putting alcohol, or alcohol is entering into our system, it's our liver's job then to detoxify the alcohol, and your liver at that point is actually going to be seeing alcohol, because it views it as a toxin. It's going to see that as the top priority to try and rid it out of your body. Your body is going to metabolize alcohol at the expense of everything else. So that begs to ask, how much alcohol can your body metabolize? So pretty much alcohol is then measured in the number of units, and your body can metabolize 1 unit of alcohol per hour. And when I talk about 1 unit, so 1 unit is equivalent to about 1 shot, alrighty, or 1.5 units is usually a small glass of wine or a light beer. And you can then, I guess, put that into comparison then as to a whole bottle can be worth up to about 9 units of alcohol. So the amount of alcohol that you consume, it does matter, alrighty, because there's a big difference between your body being able to metabolize, 3 to 4 units of alcohol versus, up to a bottle, 9, 10 plus units of alcohol. So let's look at then what happens when we drink. Alrighty, so when we're drinking, obviously the alcohol's, coming into our stomach, it's then going into our bloodstream. It hits our liver, where our liver's job is then to detoxify the alcohol. Alrighty, so while it's actually doing that, so while your body is detoxing the alcohol, it's at the expense of everything else, because our body is then determining that alcohol as a toxin. Alrighty, so what it's then doing, it's then breaking down the alcohol into a compound called acetate, which allows our body to metabolize it. Okay, so the body then is prioritizing the metabolizing of that acetate above everything else. So it's not thinking about, protein synthesis or fat oxidization, alrighty? Its main focus is just to get rid of the toxin that's entered your body, okay? And alcohol can stay in our bloodstream for up to 24 hours, alrighty? So that's a pretty decent amount of time. So that's, when you then look at that in the bigger picture, that's 24 hours worth of time that your body is then not metabolizing or burning, for another word to use, burning fat. So it's not burning your fat storages, or you're using your fat storage as energy. It's actually using the acetate, so the compound that the body has metabolized the alcohol into. That is what your body is then using as its fuel source. Alrighty, so that then begs the question as well, do alcohol calories count? I'm going to say yes, absolutely, they do. Alrighty, so each gram of alcohol has a calorie count of about 7 calories. So when you then compare that to, some of the foods that we eat, like a gram of fat has then 9 calories. A gram of protein also has, a gram of fat has 9 calories. A gram of protein and carbohydrates has 4. Okay, so when you look at that then, alcohol is actually really calorie dense. Alrighty. Hey Jody, thanks for joining us. Alrighty, so the body has then stored those calories as energy, and as the body is metabolizing these alcohol calories, it's using those calories as our energy. And sorry, excuse me. So what's happening though, your body is actually oxidizing the alcohol and burning the calories. It's storing then the carbohydrates and the fats that you eat. Alrighty, so when you're drinking alcohol, your body's fat burning metabolism stops. And this is when we then get into trouble, because it's not so much the alcohol that's getting converted into fat, it's the things that we're eating with the alcohol. Alrighty, and as I think you can agree with me, the most part, when we're drinking alcohol, we are consuming highly palatable and highly energy dense foods. Alrighty, so, thinking about burgers and chips and pizzas, alrighty, because let's be honest, we're not making the best nutritional choices when we're drinking alcohol. Alrighty, so this is a key point, because the moment that alcohol enters into the mix and you consume it, we want to try our best to avoid the carbohydrates and the high fatty foods, alrighty, because your body isn't able to metabolize both of these things at once. It's going to take the alcohol as the highest priority to burn, alrighty. So then the fat and the carbohydrates that you're eating at that time, that's what your body is going to then start storing as fat. It's a really good idea, if you're drinking alcohol, to actually prioritize eating foods like protein and fiber. Alrighty, so think about, I guess, having a steak and a salad, or a chicken and a salad, so to speak, as opposed to, well, which is going to be a better option than eating, your loaded fries or your pizza, and your burgers and foods like that. Alrighty. So, and I mean, without alcohol present in the system, our body is able to burn and metabolize through those carbohydrates and through those fats. Alrighty. And they're not necessarily always going to store, or they're not going to store all of those calories as your fat storage. However, when you're drinking alcohol, because our body is metabolizing the acetate as your energy source, then the foods that you're eating are going to be stored as those fat storages. Alrighty, so I hope that makes sense there. Alrighty, so alcohol changes the way your metabolism works and it suppresses your fat burning. Okay, so what we want to then look at, I guess, next up is how often should you drink if your goal is to lose weight? Now, I guess but I'm sorry to say, if you're drinking, and when I say drinking, I mean multiple amounts of drinks more than once a week, then it is going to hinder your fat loss or your weight loss results. For best results possible, my recommendation is to abstain completely. However, that's completely your choice as to whether you consider doing as such. However, we can still have 1 to 2 drinks of alcohol per week and still be, heading towards our goals and still progressing and getting great results. Alrighty, so when drinking, try to cap yourself to at least roughly 2 drinks. And then when you are drinking, look at choosing drinks that are lower in sugar content. Alrighty, so maybe your better choices are, say, a spirit and a vodka and a soda type of thing, or it might be a low carb beer as such, as opposed to, if we're thinking about sugary ciders, like a sweet cider is full of sugar, or cocktails which are made with a whole, they look pretty and they taste amazing, but it's full of sugar. Alrighty, and they're not actually great for you. And the funny thing is here, actually, I've got a story. I remember for a while there, I actually used to drink vodka, lime, and water because I was trying to limit the effects of, the alcohol by drinking, a pure spirit as such. And then by mixing it with water, I was then trying to counter the hangover the next day. So I thought I was being pretty smart. But yeah, I mean, I still woke up with hangovers, so I think because I then thought, I can't taste the alcohol, I need to have more. So yeah, I think as well, as we kind of, develop, as we mature, or as we hit different times in our lives, we're looking at alcohol for different reasons or for different purposes, or to get something different from it. I mean, I know in my teens, I was hitting the alcohol just for the pure sake of getting drunk, to have a good time. But nowadays, I actually, if I am drinking, like, to be completely honest, I don't drink a lot these days. I will enjoy, I do enjoy to have, a nice glass of wine with dinner every so often, like maybe on the weekends, or if I'm going out. I don't actually drink at home if I'm home alone. I just don't really see the point, to be honest. And then just together with my training and everything, it just doesn't actually... it doesn't align with the goals and the values that I actually hold and want to, and the results that I want to get within myself. So that's me personally. But as I said, if I'm going out for dinner with friends or socializing, I do enjoy having, the odd glass of wine, or even, on a really hot day, having an ice cold cider. That is the best. I love that. So it's all about then just choosing what is best for you based around your values and the goals that you want to achieve in that space. But when you are drinking, just try and think about keeping your protein levels as high as you can and your vegetables, because that's going to be the better food choices for you. Alrighty, so... I'm a big believer in having a balanced life, alrighty, and one that you actually enjoy, because remember, when we're doing stuff that we enjoy, then we're going to progress a lot faster because we're doing the stuff that we actually want to do rather than thinking that we have to do or that we are doing the things that we have to do to try and get somewhere or get a result. We're just then forcing the point, and you're not ever going to get results if you feel that it's something you have to do. We need to then look at it from an aspect of actually choosing to do it, and we're choosing to do it because we want to do it and because we have a goal or we have results that we want to actually achieve, and things are aligned with our values that match what we're trying to achieve. Alrighty. So if you enjoy drinking and the actual social aspect of drinking, because from that point of view, I would also say that it is a good thing for our mental health. If you're catching up with friends and it's a social occasion and you want to have one, maybe two drinks, then fantastic, go ahead and do that. And by all means, I'm certainly not promoting the drinking of alcohol here, but at the same time, I'm not saying that you shouldn't drink alcohol whatsoever. Again, it comes back to what your values are and what's the best thing for you. I'm just here to present to you, I guess, and allow you to make the choices, to empower yourself with the knowledge of what is the best choice for you. And if you're someone that actually drinks quite a bit and you're looking at alcohol is actually hindering your results, then try to actually just start at reducing your intake. So if you're someone like I had clients that would drink 6-7 beers a night. So for me, to coaching them, the best thing was not to, tell them to, you have to cut out alcohol altogether. That's just not going to be sustainable for them, and it's probably not going to be achievable. However, instead of, say, having 6 drinks, if you can do 5, or if you can do only 4, now that's totally achievable, because they are still, doing something that they enjoy, and they're still doing or, having what they want to have. However, they're just not having as much. Because remember, we're taking those small steps, which are then going to lead to the huge results. Alrighty, and this is going to make a difference, alrighty, in the bigger picture, because remember, we're in this for the long term, and it's all about sustainability, and it's all about your lifestyle. It's not just a 2-week fix and, I'm going to lose all this weight in 2 weeks. That's just not possible, and it's not reality. Alrighty. Now, are there any benefits to drinking alcohol? I think I touched on, the mental health through the socialization part. But red wine in particular is a alcohol that actually has a lot of antioxidants within it, and they have shown anti-aging and longevity benefits. Alrighty, so I am a fan of red wine myself, so I do enjoy the glass of red wine every so often. And that's the health benefits that then will come with red wine. Alrighty, so let's not go from, one extreme of, having this strict regiment diet where, we can't have alcohol whatsoever, versus the other end of the scale where you may be having multiple drinks of alcohol on multiple days. We recommend that you find a happy medium for you, and also just be aware and be sure to then count your alcohol calories towards your daily total or your weekly intake of calories, because the alcohol calories do matter. Alrighty. And just make sure, as I said, it aligns with your goals in that space. And when it comes to, a lot of people talk to me or ask me about having alcohol as a nightcap. Now, I don't recommend it whatsoever. It actually does affect your sleep big time. Alrighty. And sleep is one factor that we actually really need to prioritize to be able to get the best out of our life. Alrighty. So sleep is the recovery part of our process. Alrighty. And we want to be able to then put ourselves in the best possible position to be able to get the best possible results. And it then allows your body and your mind to recover through that sleep. Alrighty, because it affects our REM sleep. So it might be very easy to fall asleep because we pass out. However, it does actually affect our REM sleep and the quality of the sleep that we're having. Alrighty, so thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I really hope you found our video beneficial for you today, and you found some value in our video. So I would love for you to comment below just some key takeaways that you've had from our video today. And yeah, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you want to reach out because you need some extra help when it comes to your health and fitness, then we're here to help you. And we would love to have a chat to see if we possibly can. Alrighty, see you later.